Have you ever promised yourself just one more episode, only to realize it's suddenly 2 a.m.? Or perhaps you've walked into a shop, determined not to spend any money, only to walk out with something you never planned to buy. We've all been there. For decades, we've been told that people with strong self-control simply have more willpower. But now, here's the surprising part. New psychological research, highlighted by veteran science journalist Francine Rousseau in Scientific American, suggests that we've been thinking about self-control in the wrong way. The people who seem to have incredible self-control may not be battling temptation every day at all. Instead, they've quietly designed their lives so they rarely need to resist temptation in the first place. So, what exactly have scientists discovered? And could this simple idea completely change the way you think about success, healthy habits, and everyday decisions? Let's find out. For many years, psychologists believed that self-control worked like a muscle. Imagine carrying heavy shopping bags all day. At first, they feel manageable, but after a while, your arms become tired. Researchers believed willpower worked in exactly the same way. Back in the 1990s, this popular theory became known as ego depletion. The idea was simple. Every time you resisted temptation, your mental strength became weaker. That thinking influenced advice about dieting, studying, saving money, exercising, and even productivity at work. But then, something unexpected happened. Scientists around the world noticed that some people consistently reached their goals without appearing to struggle at all. They weren't constantly fighting temptation. They simply seemed to make good decisions, almost automatically. And that raised an entirely new question. Researchers, including psychologist Denise de Ridder at Utrecht University in the Netherlands, uncovered something remarkable. Successful self-control isn't mainly about resisting temptation. It's about designing your daily life wisely. Think about learning to drive. The first time you drive somewhere new, every junction needs your full attention. But after driving the same route for weeks, you hardly think about it. Your brain has learned the pattern. Good habits work in exactly the same way. People with high self-control often build routines that make the right choice the easiest choice. Instead of deciding every morning whether to exercise, they simply exercise at the same time every day. Instead of constantly resisting unhealthy snacks, they simply don't buy them. That's the real discovery. Habits quietly replace endless battles with willpower. So, how did scientists discover this? Rather than studying people for just a few days, researchers followed them over several months. One important study, published in 2015, looked at students who consistently earned better grades, exercised regularly, and enjoyed healthier sleep patterns. Surprisingly, their success wasn't driven by extraordinary determination. It came from consistent routines. Later, Denise de Ridder and her colleagues invited volunteers who struggled with everyday goals. Each person chose one very small daily habit, perhaps exercising for just 10 minutes, eating vegetables with lunch, saving money while shopping, or simply practicing more patience with someone they cared about. Participants recorded their progress using questionnaires and a mobile app over several months. And gradually, something remarkable happened. The more often people repeated these small actions, the easier those actions became. After about 3 months, many of those habits felt almost automatic. This discovery could make everyday life far less stressful. Imagine saving money without constantly arguing with yourself. You automatically move part of your salary into savings before you even have the chance to spend it. Imagine becoming healthier. Instead of waiting to feel motivated, you simply go for a short walk before breakfast every morning. Or think about bedtime. Rather than endlessly scrolling through your phone, your evening alarm reminds you it's time to switch off your screen. And because you've repeated that routine for months, it simply becomes what you do. That's what makes this research so encouraging. Success doesn't always require extraordinary discipline. Sometimes, it simply requires small routines, repeated consistently, until they become part of who you are. Of course, this isn't magic. Building new habits still takes effort in the beginning. life can get in the way. Busy jobs, family responsibilities, health challenges, or unexpected stress can all make routines harder to maintain. But researchers also uncovered another fascinating clue. In a 2025 study led by psychologist Katharina Bernecker from the University of Zurich, people with naturally high self-control often preferred activities they considered meaningful, like exercising, learning new skills, or completing important tasks, rather than simply choosing whatever felt most enjoyable at the time. But why? Scientists still don't know the complete answer. They now hope to discover whether anyone can learn to genuinely enjoy meaningful activities instead of feeling forced to do them. If that becomes possible, it could transform education, healthcare, workplaces, and even our mental well-being. Perhaps the biggest lesson from this research is surprisingly simple. Success isn't always about having stronger willpower than everyone else. It may simply be about building smarter routines. Instead of asking yourself, how can I become more disciplined? Perhaps ask, how can I make tomorrow's good decision easier than today's? Because sometimes, the biggest changes in life don't begin with giant acts of determination. They begin with one small habit, repeated day after day. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's one small daily habit that has made a positive difference in your life? Or one habit you'd love to build starting today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this scientific discovery, please like, share, and subscribe to Innovative Scientific Discovery. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and never stop discovering.